Prop?
Oh my.
You have a
Eventually,
prop?
yes.
You ever haunted doll?
Not this time.
Haunted Mega Man?
Okay.
She wouldn't get in the bag.
Welcome to Polybius, bitches.
Wait, can somebody turn off the lights? I'm sorry, I didn't do it. Even though I was there. I was strategically
idiot.
placed.
I don't know how to do that. Oh.
It's
It's fucking grounded. Anyway, Polybius, bitches.
Beans.
Woo!
Polybius.
All right, Polybius. Now, what is Polybius? Supposedly, is an arcade cabinet from 1981 that was placed in Portland, Oregon arcade, and it was operated by the CIA,
Cool.
which, you know, they probably should be making games. And it was supposedly used to brainwash innocent kids as part of MK Ultra, which we will get to. So it used mind control, and it was possibly used. One of the legends is that it was used to find potential soldiers. Like if you were really good at the game, I guess that would somehow translate to you being good at shooting people in real life. I still don't
Die
get
in the
it.
game, die in real life.
Exactly, and that is the plot of The Last Starfight. But anyway, so it was made by, or supposedly, it's made by a company named Sinislotion, which is a very rough translation to sensory deprivation. Very, very fucking rough. A fluent German speaker would not do that. And it's been sort of like a little pop cultural joke, as you can see here. It was mentioned in, or it was alluded to in The Simpsons, and this little Bart, just like Bart.
Just like Bart.
Just like Bart.
Toe to tip, that is a Bart.
That is, in fact, Bart.
Take it to the bank, boys, that's
No
No
Bart.
copyright
Abu Lover
claims here.
69 says. Just like Bart. Okay, now what was the game like?
Why are you putting so many creepypasta in?
Because
No.
we are gamers here now.
You ain't subtle.
Epic gamers.
Ooh, I'm a gamer girl now.
Yes. We've all got to drink the gamer girl bathwater now.
No.
Yeah.
Drink my bathwater.
You know, you gotta sell it. Make sure you sell it in jars, everyone.
All right, so supposedly,
So weird.
Polybius was very similar to another game at the time, which is called Tempest, which is actually my favorite Atari game. But it was like Tempest, but weird, which is
Oh, wow.
a pretty big statement from.
Can you
for
show us
80s.
you playing it?
I like Tempest. That's
Pull up
what
an
I
emulator
do.
right now, buddy.
Because you won't.
What is
Okay.
Is
You
Tori
won't.
gonna
You
sue us?
won't.
They ain't around.
You won't.
So it was similar to Tempest, but every once in a while it would like flash like subliminal messages.
Obey.
Yes, exactly that.
Like super hot?
Yes,
Oh yeah, Super Hot's a good
Very
game.
That
similar.
shit's creepy though. Like,
but here's the thing: there are a lot of conflicting accounts of like what the actual game was like. There's some that say it was a space shooter. There are some that say it was something like Pac-Man. Nobody really knows because, spoiler alert, it probably wasn't real.
How dare
Now,
you?
here are the side effects of playing Polybius. We got nausea, headaches, thoughts of suicide, upset stomach, bloating, explosive diarrhea, implosive diarrhea, engine failure, blue screen of death, and dry mouth.
Engine
Talk to your
failure.
doctor before seeing if Polybius is right for you.
So your car engine fails.
Yes. No, your person engine fails.
Yeah.
If you were a loved one of
If you
that.
were a loved one. Yes.
You are a 10-ton death machine.
Mhm.
Engine.
Make sure you take some Pepto while you're playing.
I
Yes.
think I have Polybius.
Okay.
Had all of those in the last day.
Yeah.
Engine failure especially.
I mean, gotta take some Pepto.
Don't say it too loud, and the
Sound
government
like a-
agents are gonna come for you, my
If you
boy.
say Polybius 3 times faster, Polybius fan comes and kills you.
That does sound like
Now,
FBI just.
I know what you're all thinking. Is Polybius real?
Yes.
Yes. Maybe.
No.
How dare you lie to me like this?
But
What is
I love the little Marios. They're just gonna get smaller.
what is the Freedom of Information Act say?
so, throughout the legend of Polybius, there are some little nuggets of truth throughout there. There were kids who got sick in arcades. Famously, in an arcade in Oregon, some kid was trying to get the high score for asteroids, and he had a stomachache and passed out. And there's several more cases of that.
Might I also add that back in that time, what is the word? Epilepsy wasn't as like
Yes,
well known at the
exactly.
time.
And
So-
if you look at some of those old Atari games, a lot of them have a lot of flashing visuals. So that could have also contributed to this.
Yeah.
In Portland, Oregon, it was used as a test market for arcade games. There are accounts where just blank arcade games would be wheeled in. and they wouldn't have like a marquee or anything, and then they'd be test marketed, and a couple months or years later, the official game would release.
And bootlegging.
Now, this one's interesting. So Atari did make special games for the U.S. military. They made one arcade game called Battlezone, which was a like a tank simulator, and it was made for arcades. And the U.S. government actually commissioned Atari to make a version of them to train soldiers who were doing actual tank stuff. So Atari did have some connection with making games for the U.S. government. And some legends talk about Men in Black coming in to observe the machines. There's a little bit of truth in there too. Arcades were somewhat prone to criminal activity at the time.
It's bad.
Yeah, it was really bad because
Bootlegging.
yeah, that and
And,
arcades were just
money
seedy
laundering.
and full of like gang violence and everything.
Dark.
They weren't. It wasn't until Nolan Bushnell decided that hey, we should probably have an arcade that won't scare parents, and that arcade was Chuck E. Cheese.
Chunky.
Well, that's boring.
Chunky cheese.
Now here's what's not true about or this is what makes Polybius not true. The first mention of Polybius was in an online forum in the year 2000. Not any time in the 80s. There were no contemporary images of it. There's no magazine articles about it. There's no newspaper articles about like a bunch of kids passing out while playing this weird game. There's absolutely nothing. Some of the claims for the game are outrageous, like that. Some claims were that it could that they were like recording people's faces and everything, and it's just we did not have technology back then. Back then, this is the year 1980. Pac-Man did not exist at that point. Pac-Man was too advanced for this. And also, there was never a patent or a trademark or anything filed for anything related to Polybius. Oh shit, I triggered a random battle. Shit, I hate these things. Okay, I got it. I think I got experience points for that.
Thigh
Fuck,
gold.
alright.
Okay. It's a quality joke, everyone. Now, let's get into the tinfoil hat territory.
Yes.
Everyone put on your thinking caps.
Good.
Let's talk about MK Ultra. This is a real conspiracy. So this is an operation that was run by the U.S. government in 1953 to 1973. Where the government was trying to figure out how mind control worked.
Yeah.
And it was a continuation of Nazi mind control experiments.
God bless America.
And U.S. and Canadian citizens were used as test subjects.
Yes.
Well, damn.
Huh.
And it was also tied to Operation Paperclip, where they would take Nazi scientists and try and get them to continue their work, even though, as we know now, pretty much all Nazi science experiments were complete bullshit and useless. Thank you, Joseph Mengele. So they would.
Hellboy.
What?
I just said Hellboy.
Yeah.
Nazi
Okay.
experiments.
So some of the techniques they try to use were LSD, hypnosis, and sensory deprivation. Wait a minute. Ooh, that's come up before. Yeah, this was a mind control experiment because apparently the Russians were experimenting with it too.
Oh yes,
and-
that classic creepypasta.
yes.
Wasn't the Unabomber involved in MK? Like, wasn't he a subject in MK Ultra?
Yes, I believe he was. So yeah, it really fucked people up, and they were
Yeah.
doing this on American and Canadian citizens.
Mhm.
Whew, all right. Now after that, you should probably all know, if you ever come into contact with Polybius, how to fight it. So first of all, you're going to want to put in the Konami code. It's up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. This will give you 30 lives. It'll make it really easy on you. Next, Game Genie. Make sure you use as many cheat codes as possible. Again, this fucker's going to fight dirty. And then of course, quarter circle forward is the Hadoken. Very, very easy move. If you show it a female character design that isn't hypersexualized, it will run away and complain on Twitter. Also, deodorant is its weakness.
guess
The
we
wombo
will
combo
learn
can
the
also work, although that is very difficult to pull off. walking around the cabinet 64 times will unlock Luigi.
Will you help me?
Maybe.
Luigi, he's got really good things to do. And of course, if all else fails, unplug the cabinet.
Never such a good
Thank you.
So that is Polybius. Any questions?
Right.
No questions. Yes.
What happens if you put Polybius in a separate, a sensory deprivation tank?
I think in D&D, if you put a portable hole inside of a bag of holding,
Yeah.
I think that would happen.
I mean, at the very least, it
Which
would
is-
probably short out the motherboard.
Yeah.
Does
Eat the
Polybius
Dario.
have a motherboard?
Eat the Dario.
Eat the
Stop recording now
Dario.
if you want.
Okay. Boot.